Hi everyone, today's Leetcode challenge is number of substrings containing all three characters. As you can see in the question, they have asked that they want a total number of substrings such that each character A, B, C is occurring at least once. So yeah, coming to the first example over here, I will try to explain this in this example itself. So how would I approach to this problem? So yeah, I would try to find out of, like, basically if we try to find all the substrings which start with let's say index 0, and then let's say index 1, and then let's say index 2, and sum up all those numbers, then basically we'll get all those substrings which are valid. So that is the overall logic over here. So now let's just see this over how can we like what would be the valid substring. So if I'm starting with the first index, 0th index 0, and then this would be a valid one, this also will be a valid substring, this and this also will be a valid substring. Same goes with index B, second index, first index. So B C A, B C A B, B C A B C will be valid one. Coming to this, B C A B will be valid, C A B C will be valid, and here A B C will be valid. As you can see, whenever we got a valid substring, if we add any number of characters at the right, it will still be a valid substring, because if a substring with a fixed starting position is valid, then any number of other characters can be appearing and still it will be holding, because one occurrence of each character will be already satisfied. Okay, so now how to do this? So as you can see that basically you can keep a fixed starting position and check what is the minimal size of the substring which can start at a given fixed starting position and satisfy the condition. If that is found, then all the substrings starting from the fixed position till the end of the array are also valid. So suppose if in this case BCA is valid, we somehow got to know the position index value of A which is occurring at the second time, then we can just do size of the array minus the index value where this A is appearing. So size of the array is how much? A, B, C, 6, and minus that would be like what is this index? It's 1, 2, 3, 3. So 6 minus 3 is 3. So you notice that BC in this example you can see that there are three substrings which are basically BCA, BCAB, BCABC. Now let's come to how code will work in a dry run fashion. So let's take a last scene array. You can take this as a vector of unordered map, like this, vector of unordered map of char and int of size n plus 1 because I'm just going to initialize the last scene at the right hand side as -1. So I'm going to iterate from right to left in a reverse fashion. So I'm just going to populate -1 at the index n, which is outside of the regular indexes. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these all things over here in the current index, and I'm going to update this position as index where the current index is. So yeah, after doing that, we will see that our cell like array would be like this, because we are iterating from left to right. I'm basically copying this all -1s over here and then updating whatever has appeared here. B is appeared at the 4th index, so B position can be marked as index 4. Coming back to this, you can see that this would be the valid one. Just copy this, -1 will be copied here, 4 will be copied here, -1 will be copied here, and this will be updated once more because A is appearing at 3rd position. Similarly, you can do this for all the array. You can just try it out, guys, and you can just validate if it's fine, if it's matching. Yeah. So yeah, we did this thing. Now what happened? Now let's forget this answer. Yeah. So now what we want is we want the minimal index which is at the right hand side of the current fixed index where we are, such that we can calculate other substrings ends at that position till last position. But since each and every character should appear at least once, we need to take max of those minimal index. So let's say I am starting at A, and now minimal index is 0, fine, but I can't just take take this only as a substring, right, from 0 to 0 as a one substring, because only A is appearing. I need all characters appearing at least once. So if you see, if you take max of it, then you can see that if max of this is 2, so if you come to if you start end by your substring at 2, at 3, at 4, then those will be the valid ones, not at 1, because only A and B are appearing and C is not appearing. Yeah, so just take max of this and then subtract the array size with this max of this. So basically your answer initially will be 0. Now the first iteration, I'll also come to the edge case where -1s are appearing. So yeah, first iteration 5 minus max of the first column, that is 2, which is equals to 3. So just add 3 to your answer. Coming to the next array, next column, max of this is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2. Next column, max of this is 4, 5 minus 4 is 1. Next column, we come over here and we see that max of this is 4, but we won't directly do that 5 minus 4 is 1 and add over here, because C is not appearing at all at the right hand side. So basically you're starting from index 3 and you're telling that at least one substrings will appear, that where one valid substring will appear, which is not possible because C is not appearing at all. So this -1 will help over here. If the min of this column is -1, then don't process just break it up, break from the for loop, because anyway if you go further and try to find the valid substrings, you won't get, because C is not appearing at all at the right hand side. So there is no point of further iterating further when you see -1 for the first time. So just break it off. The answer would be, so as you can see, the answer would be sum of this, which is equals to 5. Now why it is not equals to the answer which is over here? Basically I didn't take the correct input. It is A, B, C, A, B, and I missed the last character. But anyways, you got the logic about it. So yeah, this is the answer. So if we come to the code, let's come to the code. So yeah, I've just taken a last scene, as you can see, the last scene on WhatsApp. So yeah, what I'll be doing is basically a vector of unordered maps of size 1x, 1 more than the size of the array, initialize that initial left rightmost index last scene of each character as -1, and iterate. This is the pre-processing for loop, and this is the actual answer computation for loop. Yeah, so what you do is you just assign whatever was last seen previously and whatever is seen right now, so that will update our last scene. So yeah, that is done. Now what comes is you need to find which are all the substrings which are starting from ith position and ending anywhere. So yeah, that will be like, you just take the max of what is the recently seen rightmost position of each of the character, and from there, let me say if that is j to n-1 would be all the endpoints of the substring starting from position I and are valid. So yeah, answer would be n minus that max index. Now there's a one condition over here, that is min index should not be -1, as this has been already explained. So I hope you got it. And if it is -1, then we are breaking, because no, we can no more find that character anywhere in the right. So and return this answer, and that would work. You can just submit and find it off. Yeah, you can just optimize this also if it's required. Basically, instead of doing the second iteration from left to right, you can do it. You can compute the answer here itself. So basically, instead of making the space complexity linear, you can just ignore this. You can just keep a unordered map of int and just update the last scene. Also update the answer over here, and you can do this in let me say constant space. Yeah, and the time complexity of this is linear. Thanks guys, this was the solution approach. I hope you liked it. Thank you. Bye.